Stop explaining yourself. No one asked. And the moment you do, something shifts. They don't respect you more. They don't understand you better. They start to dislike you, and they don't even know why. That's what this video is about. Why explaining yourself is the fastest way to lose power, and what to do instead. I'll show you one sentence that flips every interaction in your favor. At work, in texts, and in relationships. You'll have it before this video ends. Think about the last time you explained yourself to someone. Not because you had to, because you felt like you had to. You laid out your reasoning. You gave context. You showed your cards. You thought you were being clear, honest, vulnerable. And what happened? I'll tell you what happened. They went quiet. Or they nodded and said, okay, and then treated you exactly the same. Or worse, they started questioning you more. You handed them your sincerity, and they used it as a door to push through. Here's what you didn't see. While you were explaining, something invisible was happening. Something Machiavelli wrote about 500 years ago that still runs the game today. You were losing power, and the person listening wasn't grateful. They weren't enlightened. They were quietly, secretly hating you for it. Because explanation is not communication. Explanation is submission. And nothing makes people despise you faster than watching you submit. Let that land. Now, why do you explain in the first place? Let's be brutal about it. You explain when you feel accused, when you feel misjudged, when you're afraid that if the other person doesn't understand your reasons, they'll think less of you. So you talk. You overtalk. You unpack your decision like you're on trial. But here's the hidden truth. Machiavelli said, men are so simple and so much inclined to obey immediate needs that a deceiver will never lack victims. When you explain, you're not communicating. You're submitting. You're signaling that their opinion of you matters more than your own certainty. And once a person senses that, you become someone to be managed, not respected. Managed. Picture this. A workplace, a meeting, your boss or a colleague questions a call you made. Why did you do it this way? If you're like most people, your mouth opens and a flood comes out. The timeline, the constraints, the logic. You think you're being transparent, but watch what happens in their eyes. The more you explain, the more they lean in. Not because they're fascinated, because they're looking for the weak spot, the contradiction. The moment you over-explain something that didn't need explaining, and the moment they find it, they push again, and you explain more. Suddenly, you're no longer the person who made a decision. You're the person defending a decision. You're in the hole, and they put you there with a single question. Stop. Do you see it? They didn't ask because they wanted to understand. They asked to see how you react under pressure. They asked to test your spine. Machiavelli understood this game intimately. He wrote, "It is much safer to be feared than loved." I'm not telling you to be a tyrant, but I am telling you this. When you explain yourself to someone who has no authority over you, you are training them to treat you like they do. You are teaching them that your actions require their validation. And once that pattern is set, it never goes back without a fight. Now let's go somewhere even more dangerous. Social situations, friendships, even text messages. Wait until you see how even a text can control you. Someone makes a comment. You've been distant. That was a weird thing to say. Boom! The trapdoor opens beneath your feet. You feel the heat rise, the urge to justify, to prove your intentions were good. But here's what's happening under the surface. The person who made that comment, they don't actually care about your reasons. They're testing your emotional stability. They're probing to see if you can be unsettled. And if you explain, you just told them one thing loud and clear. I can be unsettled anytime you want. Let's take it even deeper. History gives us a perfect example. When Queen Elizabeth I faced the Spanish Armada, her advisors demanded she explain her strategy. She gave them none. Instead, she stood before her troops and said, "I have the heart and stomach of a king." She didn't explain, she declared, and her enemies and her own court fell silent. But this isn't just history. Look at any modern leader who commands respect. When a CEO like Tim Cook gets pressed on a product decision, he doesn't unspool the engineering constraints. He says, "We believe this is the right direction for our users." Then he stops. No defense, no justification, just the statement. And the room adjusts. The lesson? When you explain, you invite debate. When you declare, you close the door. So here's the exact moment you should never explain. Even when every bone in your body says, just tell them. That moment is when you are right. Let that sit. The moment you know you're right, explanation becomes a trap. Because explanation is the tool of the uncertain. If you are certain, you state. If you are uncertain, you explain. So what do you do instead? You do what every high-status individual does instinctively. You acknowledge the question, and you redirect. Memorize this. One sentence that will change how people treat you. Someone asks, "Why did you do that?" You look at them. You pause. A real pause. 2 seconds. Let it hang. Then you say, "Because that was the right move for this situation." Then you stop. You let silence fill the room, and then you ask them, "Why do you ask? What did you just do?" You didn't defend, you didn't justify. You placed the burden back on them. Now they have to explain themselves. Now they have to reveal their intentions. You are no longer the defendant. You are the one holding the gavel. But there's a trap most people fall into. They think one response fits every situation. It doesn't. Sometimes you need a softer approach, especially in personal relationships. So here's a second way to handle it. Same power, different tone. They say, "Why didn't you text me back?" You pause. Then you say, "I was handling something important. What's on your mind?" Same mechanism. You answer briefly, without over-explaining, then flip the focus back to them. It's not defensive, it's not cold, it's controlled. Machiavelli called this keeping your own counsel. He said, a prince must never let others see his doubts, because the moment they do, they begin to plot. This is not rudeness, this is presence. When you stop explaining, you stop bleeding power. Let's go deeper into why this works. Psychologically, when you explain yourself, you trigger 3 hidden reactions in others. First, you lower your status. Every social interaction has an unspoken status game. When you explain, you're saying, "I need you to validate my position." That places you below them, and people don't respect those below them. They tolerate them. There's a difference. Second, you steal their interpretation. When someone questions you, they already have a narrative forming in their head. They want to believe their version of why you did what you did. When you explain, you take that away from them. You force them to accept your version instead. And how does that feel to them? It feels like control, and people hate feeling controlled, even when they're the one who asked. Third, you reveal your emotional pressure points. Every explanation you give tells the other person what makes you uncomfortable, what you feel guilty about, what you're afraid of being judged for. They collect that information without you even realizing it, and later they will use it. So here's your litmus test. Before you explain, ask yourself, am I doing this because it's strategically necessary or because I'm uncomfortable with their silence? If it's the second one, shut your mouth. Let them sit in the silence. Let them become uncomfortable. From now on, practice what I call the Machiavelli Pause. Someone questions you. You pause. You look at them. not with anger, but with calm curiosity. Then you respond with one sentence, "No more." And then you either redirect with a question or you let silence finish the conversation. Do this for 1 week, just 1 week, and watch how people's behavior changes. They'll stop testing you as much. They'll start choosing their words more carefully. And the ones who get frustrated by your silence, those are the ones who are benefiting from your habit of over-explaining. Machiavelli would smile because he knew the ultimate truth. In the game of power, the one who needs to be understood is the one who can be controlled. Explaining yourself is not kindness. It's not transparency. It's a habit of the uncertain. Machiavelli gave us the blueprint 500 years ago. Now it's your turn to apply it. Stop explaining. Start commanding. If this hit different, drop a comment with the word silence. Let me know you're ready to move differently. I'll see you in the next one.